What's going on, guys? It's the NOLA Hub here back with another video. And today I'm joined with a very special guest, Dylan Soehner, tight end out of Iowa State. And we're going to ask him some questions and he's going to answer them. We're going to have a good time. So I read that you played 4 sports. Is this true? And do you think it's like shaped you as like athlete today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I played like kind of everything, man. I ran around high school and anytime there was a competition going on, like I was sign me up. So any kind of anything. Like I said, I wasn't even on the soccer team, but they didn't have a goalie for a weekend, so I went and played goalie. So like, um, just kind of a competitor. That's what I like to do. So just did what I could, and for sure, I think that getting out and doing extra stuff. Basketball is a good sport, develop you athletically. Yeah, I think it helps a lot
Yeah, especially at that tight end role. A lot of these tight ends are coming from the basketball role now.
for sure.
So I heard you also had a Power Five offer from Illinois, but you turned it down because you liked head coach Matt Campbell a lot. What did you like about him? Like, what was the
Yeah, so he's just an incredible human being, really. I've kind of made my path through life just betting on good people, and he's one of those. He's a good guy. He has a good staff, and they stick together, which you don't really see in college football today. So that's like unique about them, and they I knew they were going to win. They wherever they were at. Toledo was terrible, and then they're like 10-2, 9-3, whatever they were. Beating teams like Arkansas. So it's it was like one of those deals. Like they hadn't really done anything yet. I was his first recruiting class, obviously, but I believed in him, believed in the staff, and they were all good guys too.
That's awesome. Okay. So Iowa State, I don't know if my viewers know, but you guys run a big 3 tight end set. What was playing with those other 2 tight ends like, and what's it like being a part of that tight end set?
Yeah, that was really special. I don't think there'll ever be that a dynamic really like that ever. You're talking like 3 NFL talent guys all in the same room playing the same position, and um, you know those are like my brothers for life. They'll be at my wedding and stuff. So we were really close. There was never like oh, he's getting this snap and I'm not. Like it was never really like that. Those guys were just as excited, more excited to see me, catch a ball and than I was, and vice versa. So it was really supportive, and all three really intelligent guys too. So that helped, week to week game plan stuff like that. We were able to get in those 3 tight end sets and do a lot of stuff because the three of us could handle a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, so let's fast forward a bit. You end your college season. What are the next steps to get ready for the NFL draft, and especially with the COVID-19 like pandemic, halfway over, halfway not? What was that like?
yeah, so right after the bowl game, I flew out to Nashville and trained there. Um, that was pretty normal. They were, small group of guys, 20 guys or whatever. And we just went to work right away, and it was kind of slow starting out. That's really all I was doing was training, a couple phone calls here and there, and then a couple weeks into it, it starts picking up Zoom calls. So as a combine guy, I got a combine invite, but obviously we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So I had to do these Zoom calls with anyone could do. I think the rule was every team got what they could do a 1 hour session up to 5 times per player if they chose to. So I'm on these, 1 hour Zoom calls. I did one with almost every team, at least one, and then there was a couple teams I did a couple with. Um, and so that, you know, it got kind of monotonous. Like it's like the same questions and the same, it just keeps coming up an hour at a time. So it wasn't terrible. I heard that when you go to the combine from a couple of guys and you sit down and they rotate in 15 minutes every team, that kind of sucks too. So I guess there's not really a good way around the interview
Yeah.
process part of it. But so we did that and just kind of trained there until pro day. And then did the pro day, hung out. I've been hanging out at school for a little while. I went and, saw my parents around the time of the draft, hung out with the family, and I had to do medical exams for the combine, but they kind of did that. Like they sent orders to a medical facility near you, and then you just kind of went in and did what they asked. So I mean, there really wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't top 30 visits, so I wasn't flying anywhere and working out for people. But pro day, and then obviously the draft just happened, and heading to rookie minicamp next week. So
Um, so it's May 1st. You get the call from Sean Payton. What is that like, and what's he like? Because as a fan, like I wonder, I can only see like the stuff on the field and stuff like that.
yeah, so um, from what I didn't actually talk to him personally. So
Okay.
I was in really good. I have a good connection already with the tight end coach, and um, he was kind of my communication line through the whole deal. I'd interviewed with him a couple times, and he worked me out at pro day, and so it was just kind of familiar. So he was just the guy that talked to me. I have heard, my agent knows Coach Payton, and I have heard that he's just a really good guy. Down to earth, like Midwestern guy, like kind of how I describe Coach Campbell a little bit, which doesn't really surprise me either. So I have heard that. I mean, I guess I'll get to find out for myself. But the call, man, it was a little wild because when I say we, I mean me and the agency that I'm with, fully expected to be drafted. Like there wasn't like that's kind of what we expected. And so when it didn't happen, there was, man, calls were flying in. I had like 20 probably free agent offers. You know, 5 or 6 of which were like really similar to the deal I ended up taking with New Orleans. Um, and so as this is coming in, and the way that free agency works is they're going to offer you this money, but like we got to know, because if you're not coming, you taking that money down to the next guy. And so they're like wanting to know decisions, like these are like life-changing decisions you're making as you're getting 20 phone calls in a row, trying to analyze the money with the roster situation, because at the end of the day, you want to choose the place with the best spot you make in the 53. um, so it was it was like a movie, honestly, and we were trying to get it done as quick as we could, but when it came down to it, like the offer paired with the roster situation, we felt like New Orleans was good for us, and it worked out. I've been a Saints fan my whole life. I
Really?
never, yeah, so it kind of just worked out that way. I didn't tell them that through the process, but
Well, that kind of leads into my next question. How excited are you to be a part of the New Orleans Saints?
yeah, man, I'm pumped. Like I said, been a Saints fan my whole life. I'm a big guy, and I've got a Reggie Bush jersey that's like an adult small. So like it's been a while. So obviously pumped. Not everybody gets to go be a part of their favorite team. So just really cool opportunity for sure.
And then what do you want Saints fans to know about you?
Oh man. And there's a lot. I'm kind of a character, but they'll figure it out as we go. Hopefully, I stick around for a while. That's a plan right now, at least. So that's kind of it, man. I like to talk. I got you see, like I've got the whole microphone set up. Like the podcast deal, I enjoy. Like talk to people. I like to meet new people. I typically get along with everyone. So, I'm kind of the guy that'll be around and just be a guy that, I just want to be like a normal dude,
Yeah,
so, just like to talk to people, man. Have a little bit of a personality, I guess.
yeah,
So
for sure. And then my last question is, what NFL current or past tight end do you see yourself the most like?
that's a tough one. I don't know if there's anyone that I would like say perfect match. There's a couple guys that I enjoyed watching. A couple like, a guy like Lee Smith from Buffalo. I liked watching him a lot. Hard nosed guy. He's with Atlanta right now. Just signed with him, but hard nosed guy, plays the type of football that I like. Nick Boyle in Baltimore, kind of the same deal. He likes to get in there and throw it in there. And then, I mean, like receiving wise, like obviously Gronk is, one of the greatest ever, and if not the greatest ever. And, I think similar body type. I like to watch how he uses his body in the pass game and stuff like that. I'm not out like running routes like Travis Kelsey or our other tight ends like watching those guys, but
Yeah,
I try to study the bigger frames, like Gronk, and because he uses his body incredibly, and so just kind of, I don't know if there's an exact match, but I kind of
yeah,
like to pick around and take a piece from everybody's game a little bit and learn that way. So.
for sure. That's funny that you said Gronk, because someone in my comments when I made like a profile video about you, they were like, they were like, you're the next Gronk or something. So
Hey man, if it works out that way, I wouldn't be mad. Would not be mad.
but that's all I got, man. I appreciate you coming on.
For sure. Thanks for having me, dude.
No problem. And then